Here's a follow-up to my previous video about the best ending credits warp, so go check that one out first if you haven't already. In this video, I'll be showing how to do the credits warp on a single save file without any prior setup. Because the final part of the setup requires running Curly Story's normal ending, that means that we have to do everything in Curly Story, which changes a couple of things. Core Escape still works the same way in Curly Story though, so there's not much more to say about that. After the fight, we're still going to want to save in Dark Place so that we can perform Labyrinth Escape. One thing I didn't point out in my last video is that you will need some form of flight in order to be able to reach the save point in that room. Obviously you can just use the level 3 machine gun to get up there, but if you didn't pick up the machine gun, or if you're afraid of losing level 3 during the fight, or if you just want to play extra safe in case you lose level 3, then you can actually just grab the booster point 8 beforehand and use that to fly up to the save point. And grabbing the booster doesn't affect any part of the setup, so you don't need to worry about that. So after saving in Dark Place, we need to get to Mimiga Village to set up the TSC overflow for Labyrinth Escape. Now I promised that everything was going to be on one save file, so I'm going to do that by just going back to the core to drown, and then playing the game normally up until we return to Mimiga Village. But you can also just start a new save file and play from the beginning until you get there. That's certainly going to be the faster way to do it. Now if you do it this way, you definitely don't want to save at this point. Casual waterway skip, no big deal. Alright, now we're going to head into the main village area and then quit and reload our save. You actually don't even need to wait for the fade in before quitting out. Now Curly Story scripts are a little different from the main story scripts, so you wouldn't necessarily expect that this setup is going to work the same way for both. Fortunately in this case, it actually does still work out in our favor, although it takes you to Assembly Hall instead of First Cave. In any case, we're still going to go save in Start Point to set up the final TSC overflow that triggers the credits. Note that although there is a save point closer to us in Mimiga Village, that one won't work for the setup, so do actually save in Start Point. So after saving here, the next part is to run the normal ending. The easiest way to do that is to drown in Bushlands, which triggers breakdown in the exact same way that drowning in Labyrinth W triggers breakdown for the normal ending credits warp. You could also drown in Sandzone to trigger breakdown, but Sandzone doesn't have any water, so I guess you can't do that. Now we could just let this play out, and this would in fact give us the normal ending, But we're here for the best ending, so we're going to quit out once the island falls, anytime after the screen cuts to black, but before the credits roll. So like, that's about as early as you can quit. Now all that's left is to drown in first cave, and that'll warp us to the best ending. While you're waiting to drown, you could try killing that critter. It's harder than it seems. Killing that bat over there is also kinda tricky. Same with this bat. So yep, there we go. That's how you warp to the best ending without any prior setup and doing everything on one single save file. Just to reiterate, doing it on one save file like this only works on a Curly Story save file, since you have to run Curly Story's normal ending as part of the final TSC overflow setup. So we'll have to discuss the implications of that for the speedruns, as well as whether to allow starting a new save file to get into Mimiga Village and things like that. But yeah, I'll just let the rest of the credits roll, so thanks for watching.